Me and Jen got married in 2014.
Right after we got married, we knew we wanted to start our family almost immediately. But after multiple doctor's appointments, we then realized with my blood disorders that just wasn't going to be possible. The doctors had talked about it could be life-threatening for the baby as well as for me. So after consulting with multiple doctors, we just decided pregnancy of our own was not an option.
And that's when we started looking at our other alternatives of what a family looked like for us.
We just immediately hit the ground running, researching adoption and how that would fit with our family. During that time, they would send us situations to consider.
So normally when the emails come out, it's about a child that roughly there's like 6 to 8 weeks left of pregnancy. So you come onto the journey and you kind of finish the last bit of the pregnancy out.
They give you an overview of the birth mom, where she lives, kind of her demographic background, the sex of the baby if they know, any medical conditions that they know. So as you're reading through this profile, you're already getting emotionally invested. So we did that about 16 times prior to Nash.
And so on Thursday, roughly about 11:30 a.m., we get the email about Nash.
So just like a situation to consider like we've gotten in the past.
It's a Caucasian boy in the Central Florida area, already born, so immediate placement needing, healthy, and has Down syndrome.
Okay, well, we had never considered a child with Down syndrome, but we weren't against it.
Jen had like emailed me and she's like, did you see that email? And so I said, yes.
Well, what are your thoughts? So he just said,
we just need to talk it through. So Jen rushes home from lunch and
I'm pacing in the kitchen, Nick is pacing in the office, and we're just laying out like all these scenarios that we could think of what we've heard about Down syndrome and how difficult it is, which we know this journey is going to be difficult, but we couldn't say no. We get through the day, the longest day ever. I have my small group, I'm getting ready for it. Nick leaves the house about 6:15 to go to a coffee shop down the street. And about 6:27, I get a phone call from our home study agent. And she's like, is Nick with you? No, does he need to be? And she's like, well, what are you doing?
I just sat up, sit down, and my phone rings. And Jen's on the other line, she's like, you're gonna be a dad. And I just like immediately start crying.
Nick, you're a dad, you're a dad. He's like hysterically crying in the coffee shop. People are probably looking at him like, what is going on with this guy? Like he was just fine 2 seconds ago.
I'm just bawling, crying in the midst of all these people, packing my bags up, like trying to run out as quick as I can because I'm that crazy person in the back corner crying.
We get to the hospital.
And we just sit in the lobby and just wait.
So we walk down this hallway. We walk by a couple people and then it opens up and there's our birth mom sitting on the bed. Beautiful, just radiant woman, just glowing. She's like, Mom, Dad, and she hits the bed right next to her and tells me to come sit down next to her. And I'm like, is this really happening?
Our birth mom gets up and she walks to him, and so she grabs him up and then like she hands him over to Jen, and it's just like the most surreal moment because she's gifting us this child and she's physically gifting him to us.
Like when our birth mom handed Nash over to me, like that overwhelming feeling of love, like it's crazy how much you can love someone that you just met. Like you just met him and you would do anything for him.
I look at you, you look at me, and we fly away. That's when I'll go.
We're 4 months into this journey and couldn't have ever imagined life would look like since having him in our home. Today, we promise to give him the tools we can to help him thrive and be successful in life. We promise to always push him harder and challenge him to make a difference in this world. Nash is a true testament to God's faithfulness, and we're reminded of that in every detail of our adoption journey.
That's when love
Nash may have a diagnosis of Down syndrome, but we will always remind him this does not mean that he's disabled, but instead he's differently abled. Nash will always know that he was wanted, and that he may not be our blood, but 100% we're his mom and dad. So today, before you, the state of Florida, and our friends and family, we would like to ask that you officially and legally make him a part of our family as Nash Parker Piner.